Good morning, everyone. This is recording for video lecture of LLB Honors first semester. And my today's video lecture topic is on Hindu marriage. There is a concept of marriage under the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. As per section of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, a marriage may be solemnized between any two Hindus if the following conditions are fulfilled, namely, conditions for a valid Hindu marriage. It starts from section 5 up to section 7 of the same act. Section 5 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 lays down the requisites of a valid Hindu marriage. This section is read along with the other sections of acts and in particular sections like section 11, 12, 17 and 18, which may lay down the effect of the absence or non-fulfillment of the conditions prescribed by section 5. The 5 important conditions of a valid Hindu marriage lays down by section 5, which are as follows. The first condition is, that is, monogamy prohibits bigamy. It comes under section 5, subclause 1. Second situation is mental capacity of parties. It comes under section 5, subclause 2. Third situation is age of parties and prohibition of child marriage. It comes under section 5, subclause 3. Another condition of marriage is beyond the degree of prohibited relationship unless custom permits. It comes under section 5, subclause 4. And the fifth condition is beyond subpenda relationship unless custom permits. It comes under section 5, subclause 5. So first condition of marriage is monogamy prohibits bigamy. This is the first condition which is defined under section 5, subclause 1, which prohibits bigamy and polygamy marriages. Polygamy marriages, polygamy means one is permitted to have only one wife or husband at a time. Section 5, subclause 1 enacts that neither party must have a spouse living at the time of marriage. The expression spouse means a lawful married husband or wife. There should be no polygamy or polyandry. If at the time of performance of marriage had a spouse living and the earlier marriage had not already been dissolved, the later marriage is not marriage in the eye of law. This later marriage will be void ab initio as per section 11, and in case of second marriage, there will be no rights and liabilities of the parties. There is a punishment provision under section 494, 495 of IPC, under which there is a 7 years imprisonment provision and fine. The Supreme Court has held that a marriage with a person who has living spouse is totally null and void. It cannot be treated as voidable under section 12 of the same act. That is held under case Other versus Other, AIR 1988 SC 644. There is another case, that is Santosh Kumari versus Surjit Singh, 1990 CRLJ 1012 HP. Permission from the first wife for her husband's second marriage. That is also not valid. The second condition for marriage is mental capacity of parties. Section 5, subclause 2 states that neither party must be suffering from unsoundness of mind, insanity, epilepsy, or mental disorder of such a kind, or to such an extent as to be unfit for marriage and the procreation of children. And if the party to a marriage is suffering from any such problem at the time of marriage, the marriage will be considered as voidable at the option of the other party under Section 12 of the Act. It would be a ground of judicial separation and further for divorce. So parties must be capable of giving valid consent and taking decisions. The third condition for marriage is age of parties. According to Section 5, subclause 3 states that at the time of marriage, the bridegroom must have completed the age of 21 and the bride, in case of bride, it should be 18 years. This clause prescribes the minimum age in keeping with the minimum age laid down by the Child Marriage Restraint Act. A marriage solemnized in violation of the requirement as to age is not void and even voidable, but it will be punishable as an offense under Section 18 of the Act. Prohibition of child marriage. As per the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, if a minor is compelled forcefully to marry, it will be void marriage. Child marriage is voidable at the option of the parties. Court can issue injunction to prohibit child marriage. Another condition for marriage is beyond the degree of prohibited relationship unless custom permits. As per Section 5, subclause 4, marriage is not valid if it is made between two persons who are related to each other within the prohibited degrees. According to Section 3, subclause 4G, unless custom permits. The custom which permits such type of marriages must fulfill the requirements of a valid custom as per Section 3 of this Act. Thus, a custom must not be unreasonable or opposed to public policy. As per Section 3, subclause G, following are considered as prohibited relationships, like wife of brother, that is bhabi, father's brother, chacha, mother brother, mama, grandfather's brother, grandmother's brother, brother and sister, uncle and niece, aunt and nephew, children of brother and sister, or of two brothers or of two sisters. Explanation. For the purpose of clause F and clause G of Section 3, relationship includes relationship by half or uterine blood as well as by full blood, illegitimate blood relationship as well as legitimate, relationship by adoption as well as by blood. The next condition of marriage is beyond Sapinda relationship unless custom permits. As per Section 5, subclause 5, Sapinda means blood-related clause. 5 of Section 5 states that no marriage will be valid if it is made between persons related to each other as Sapinda unless custom permits. The bride should not be a Sapinda of the bridegroom. She should not have the same gotra of the bridegroom. It also includes both legitimate and illegitimate blood relationship. We can say that in case of father, there must be 5 generations, and in case of mother, there should be 3 generation gap. Next is ceremonies of a Hindu marriage. It is defined under Section 7 of the Hindu Marriage Act. Customary rites and ceremonies. Section 5 must be read with Section 7, which deals with the customary rites and ceremonies of marriage. There are 2 requirements, that is Kanyadan, gift, and Saptapadi. taking of 7 steps by the parties before the sacred fire. Next is registration of marriage. That is defined under Section 8 of the same Act. The registration of a Hindu marriage is not compulsory. The states are empowered to make the necessary legislation in this regard. Majority of the states didn't make any legislation up to now. A few states, including Andhra Pradesh, started to make the necessary legislation making compulsory registration of the Hindu marriages. Section 8 enacts that the state government may make rules relating to the registration of marriage between two Hindus, which has been solemnized in the ceremonial form, so for the proof of Hindu marriage. Registration is essential in Hindu marriage register. If registration is not being done, it will not affect the validity of the marriage, whereas it will invite the penalty of a fine. Thank you.